What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, check it out. Let's talk a little Avatar: The Last Airbender right now. One of the better animated series that has ever been produced, period. All right, Avatar: The Last Airbender, in my opinion, right up there with the best animes that's ever been. You know, obviously the style matches a lot of anime, but right up in there with some of the best storytelling we've ever seen from an animated series. Ever. Okay, ever. And in my opinion, you know, for kids, for adults, doesn't matter. If you haven't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, go watch it. I think you'll enjoy it, all right? It's on Netflix, I think, right now. But don't watch the remake live action remake. That's trash. All right. The live action remake is garbage. The original animated series, quality, A1. You'll like it. All right. Well, we got some new series that are popping off coming soon. All right. They announced this a couple of months back. Avatar sequel series Seven Havens, ordered at Nickelodeon. It's set after Legend of Korra. Yeah, Legend of Korra wasn't too hot either. All right. First season, I think, was solid. And then after that, it just falls majorly off, you know, and it gets all into DEI stuff. The story is just not there. The characters are just kind of lackluster. You know, honestly, Avatar: The Last Airbender, the original, is like the only really good quality thing. You know, the M. Night Shyamalan remake was trash. The Netflix remake is trash. Legend of Korra, first season's good. Second, third, fourth season's trash. You know, no reason to go. I mean, look, Avatar, the original with Aang, yeah, that's solid. But, you know, we got some new content coming up. We got a sequel series set after Legend of Korra. We also got a new book that's going to expand the world of the four nations from the original creators, all right? And everybody gets excited about the original creators. It's like, the creators are back in town. Yeah, well, the creators also did Korra, all right? The original creators also did Korra, and yeah, not that good. But we got some more news coming up. Now, there's another movie that's going to be dropping, an animated movie. It's going to come out next year, and it's featuring the Aang gang, you know, from the original series as adults, all right? So you got Aang, you got Katara, you got Toph, Zuko, and Sokka. They're going to all be as adults. This should be actually pretty good. You know, a lot of people were saying, hey, you guys should have continued to tell their story. Forget Korra. Get into the characters that we like, because these are all well-drawn characters. Every one of them has their own story. They're unique. They're rich. Very well told. Go watch that original Avatar if you haven't done so. But we're getting some bad news already off rip in regards to this, and it's in regards to the voice actors themselves. So this is on Bounding in the Comics. Shout out to Spencer Bakuli. The Legend of Aang, which is the name of the movie, The Last Airbender, confirms original voice actors were recast in order to match actors' ethnic, racial background to the characters. And you're like, why? Who asked for this? Can somebody tell me who asked for the original voice actors to just be gone? Like, nah, we don't want them. We want people that match the actors or the characters' ethnic and racial background. That's what we're looking for. Ain't nobody asked for that. This is the most retarded thing I've ever seen. And look, I know a lot of you guys are saying, wait a minute, hold on, DA, time out. Isn't it always your stance, or hasn't it been your stance, that the characters should match the actors, all right? Or the actors should match the characters. So if you have like a white character, that should be a white actor playing it. Don't race swap. And the same thing with a black character. Make sure it's a black actor playing it. No race swaps. Same thing with Latino characters, Asian characters, so on and so forth. Women, all right, all of that. Men, women, keep it all the same. Don't swap anything. I agree. That is my stance, 1,000%. But it changes when it's like voice acting. When there's voice actors, look, voice actors can come in many, many shapes and sizes, and it really doesn't matter. Yeah, check this out. This guy right here, Fenrir the Ice Wolf, he posted this little video up that kind of goes into this. It says, no, dumbass, that's the definition of discrimination. People like the old voices because they were picked based on skill, not on whose race, or what race, I guess he meant. This does not bode well. No, it sure as hell doesn't, all right? This doesn't bode well at all. Yeah, let me play this real quick so you guys can get an idea of what he's saying.
Here's the thing about voice acting. Voice acting is the single only subset of the acting vocation wherein a person's physical appearance and personal identity has no bearing on their ability to perform a role. If you were to make a biopic film about the life of Abraham Lincoln, you wouldn't just be restricted to finding an actor of a certain ethnicity, but also height, build, facial structure, general age, etc., etc. If you made an animated movie about Lincoln, you wouldn't be hampered by any of this. So by allowing people to provide voices for characters that don't coincide with their real-world identity, you create more career opportunities for literally everybody.
I mean, like, that's all facts, man. That is nothing but facts. That you can actually expand opportunities. And now you're talking about best person for the job, right? We're expanding it to everybody. We can cast a wide net to cast a particular role. Hey, everybody come and show up. It doesn't matter. As long as you can do the voice for the character that we have in mind, you got the job. That's the only thing that matters, all right? As long as you can do the job, you're good. You're golden. You're ready to roll. And so it's like, yeah, now race doesn't matter. Like he says, ethnicity doesn't matter. Sex doesn't matter. We've had women playing male roles, males playing women roles. We've had black people playing white people roles, white people playing black people roles, all up and down the racial and gender spectrums. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this person a good voice actor? That's it. That's all.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that a good thing? After all, I don't recall hearing anybody cry foul when this katana-wielding samurai warrior from feudal Japan was played by a black guy, or when this ancient Incan alchemist from 13th century Peru was played by a black woman, or when this boy was played by a girl, or when these girls were played by boys. The field of voice acting is a wide swath of hundreds of actresses and actors playing countless characters that don't coincide with their ethnicity or gender in real life. Are we seriously tasked with having to recast all of them? So I'm sorry, but if it's okay for a black guy to play a Japanese guy and do a fake Japanese voice and everything, then you gotta let a white guy play an Indian guy, or else we find ourselves culpable of a double standard.
Oh yeah, that's all it is, man. Look, that's what these people don't think about. Is that, look, anybody can play any role when it comes to voice acting. When it comes to voice acting. And what's really interesting, especially when it comes to this situation, is that you're taking away work from actors who embodied those roles originally, all right? The actors, all right, the voice actors who played these original parts, these characters, they understand these characters, they understand these roles, you know, better probably than anybody else because they played them over several years. And so these are the people that you want. The people that voice these actors, they know these characters. They know them well. They know them like the back of their hands.
Toph, can you say hello in character?
I am not Toph. I am Melon Lord.
Uncle Iroh, can you say hello in character?
Hello, my friends. It is I, Uncle Iroh, or at least his second voice. Follow your passion, my friends, and life will reward you.
Azula, can you say hello in character?
Hello, I'm glad you guys love me. My own mother thought I was a monster. She was right, of course, but it still hurt.
Ty Lee, can you say hello in character?
Hi, I'm Ty Lee, and your aura is very pink.
Hey, Sokka, can you say hello in character?
Sokka here, Southern Water Tribe. Big sarcasm guy, just a guy with a boomerang, saying hello. Water Tribe.
Like, real talk, why would you want anybody else to play those characters? Why would you want anybody else to step into those roles and play those individual characters except for those people, the original actors that know those characters better than anybody? They could jump in, jump out, do whatever you need to do in their voices. That's who should be playing these. And look, the main thing is the fans didn't ask for this. The fans absolutely did not ask, oh, can we have the ethnic and racial background of the characters match the actors? Nobody's asked for that. Nobody has asked for that. All right, the fans are pissed, all right? The fans ain't gonna come check for it. But yeah, let's read through this real quick, this article, and let's see what they're saying. When the news broke that the upcoming Avatar The Last Airbender sequel film, The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender, had declined to bring back the series' original voice cast and instead chose to wholesale replace them, many fans were left scratching their head as to what possible reason could have motivated this bizarre decision. But thanks to casting director Jenny Ju, that's the person that did it, casting director Jenny Ju, we now know that the reason was, unsurprisingly, identity politics. 1000%, man. It's all about identity politics. It's ruining Hollywood. Fans don't like it. Fans have checked out. They're saying, I'm done. You're ruining all of my favorite shit. We just saw it going on over there with Snape. You know, oh, we got to have a black Snape in this thing for some reason. That's going to make people love this character more. They're going to see themselves in the character. Now little black kids want to grow up to be evil wizards or whatever. I don't know what the reason for that shit is. I really don't. But anyway, man, first announced in this production in February 21 under the supervision of original series creators Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko, via Paramount, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's just the background of it. However, despite picking back up where the series left off, the film, as noted above, will not be bringing back the original voice cast for the main gang. That's the Aang gang, all right? Those 5 that we saw earlier. Despite all of them still being alive and most still working, but instead replace them with a brand new voice cast. Yeah, so here's who's going to be playing these folks, all right? We got a Korean singer, Eric Nam, as Aang, taking over from Zach Tyler Eisen. We got Jessica Matten as Katara, taking over from Mae Whitman. We got Roman Zaragoza as Sokka, taking over from Jack DeSena. And then we got Dion Kwan, herself a blind woman. So, okay, they couldn't just get the voice. No, we got to get a blind chick to play Toph, an actual blind person. Hey, what are y'all doing? The girl that plays Toph is Toph. I don't think she's done anything but Toph. If she has, I'm not familiar with it. But this chick, she's great. She's great as Toph. She should be playing Toph. Jessie Flower, that is, all right? Should be playing Toph. It should be noted that there does currently exist a rumor that Zuko's original voice actor, Dante Bosco, will be reprising his role as the Firebender, but this is yet to be confirmed by an official source. Yeah, I heard the same thing, and it's because Dante Bosco has some Asian in him, I guess. And so because he has Asian in his background, or he is Asian, oh, okay, yeah, you good. You can continue to play Zuko. But if you don't have any Asian background, because again, these characters are all based on Asians, even though legitimately they're all from another planet. None of them are from these places. Aang is not from Korea, all right? So it doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever. But let's go ahead and let's read through the nonsense that this chick said. Let's say, all right, so it says, to this end, the 2 years since this primary cast was announced, they've been completely radio silent as to the reason why. However, thanks to the aforementioned Jew, fans finally have their answers. So she wrote this in a Reddit thread, all right? So they asked right here, is there any reason why you guys decided not to bring back the original cast for the ultimate nostalgia trip? So here's what Jenny Jew said. Since the original show was released, there's been more emphasis on voiceovers to match actors' ethnic and racial background to the characters they're portraying. From who? From who? It ain't from the fans. It ain't from the people that made Avatar the powerhouse that it was. All right? That watched it, that binge watched it, that created fan bases based on it and bought all the comics and the books and all that stuff. It wasn't them that asked for this. Who's asking for it? Oh, it's woke Hollywood that's asking for this garbage. That's who's asking for it. All right? It's retarded shit. Avatar The Last Airbender is a fictional world, but there are cultural influences in each nation and kingdom, and we wanted to explore the talent from those groups, she added. I can't say much more about it, the film, except that I'm really proud of the cast, and I hope other fans keep an open mind to this new iteration of our beloved characters. See, they already know that fans ain't gonna be rocking with this. I hope you guys keep an open mind, even though we're not bringing back all of your beloved actors, the people that played these roles, that made these roles. We don't want them. So keep an open mind as we bring in this entire new group of people. When the original actors are still there, it makes no sense at all. None, okay? Yeah, that's like a screenshot of the Reddit thread where this thing came from. Look, the fans ain't rocking with it, all right? And you see Kata said, this has got to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen, not gonna lie. And I said, nobody has ever once said that, except for the dumbest fucking people on the planet. Nobody has asked for this shit. Nobody, absolutely nobody. Quarter Black Garrett, trash decision, disrespectful to the cast that made the show great. Screw off with this, 100%. Nina Infinity, so fucking dumb. Actors are supposed to act, especially voice actors. Their race, gender has nothing to do with what makes a good voice actor. This shit in animation needs to stop. Yep, she's right as well. And look, the last thing that I just got through covering, same thing. Where do you even find an actor for the Fire Nation? Right, like these nations do not exist. Yeah, they may have been based on, we based it on Korea. We based it on Japan. We based it on China. All right, we have some rooted and fine if you're doing a live action. If you're doing a live action, okay, then yeah, maybe take some of those influences and pepper that into the story so that, okay, you know, from like, I think the Water Tribe is based on like, you know, Eskimo Indians and things like that. Like, okay, fine, do that. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But when we're talking about voice actors, just get a good actor. Get a good voice actor that can get the job done. That's it. All right? This guy, by that logic, they need to cast actual benders lest they be inauthentic. I mean, the fact that they went out there and cast a blind person to voice Toph, that shows you how far up these people's ass they are. They are so far up their woke asses in Hollywood. Oh my God, what? We didn't cast a blind person to voice act Toph? Oh man, we're insensitive now. Oh, I guess we got to go ahead and find some blind. Just best actor for the job. You can literally do what you claim you want to do or what you always claim is the case. You know, they always claim, oh, you know, when we cast Halle Bailey for woke Ariel, black Ariel, she was the best person for the job. She was the best out of everybody, which we all call bullshit. But now you can actually do that. And no, we got to get more authentic now. It's so fucking dumb, man. And all interest in the movie, lost all interest in the movie. Screw this nonsense. People are tired of this crap, man. No one gives a crap about that. Real fans want the original voice cast. Bam. I cannot stress how stupid this is. And it's already got people turned off from the movie. All right. It's so racism. That's what it is. It's discrimination. Okay, yeah, now because it's a voice actor, instead of just casting those original people that understood the roles, you guys saw the video I posted up, they understood those roles better than anybody. They can just jump into character immediately. They've been playing those characters for a long time. They've embodied those roles. They're out there on the circuit talking to fans. Those are the people you want coming back for the movie. Not random people we don't even know about, man. It's just, I mean, it's just stupid, man. It's just really, really stupid. But yeah, anyway, what do y'all think about this situation, man? I think this is really terrible. It's coming out next year, January 30th, 2026. I think just, once again, Hollywood is so far up its own woke ass they can't see straight. So they don't know what to do anymore, all right? They're just putting shit out there, hoping for the best. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what the audiences want. All they know is we got to stick to this political identity bullshit, all right? Or this identity politics bullshit. We got to stick to that. That's the most important thing out of everything. All right. It just blows my mind how tone deaf these folks are. They're not locked in with the fan bases whatsoever. They own these properties. And look, this is done by the original creators. But like I said, they did make Legend of Korra. All right. So these guys ain't altogether plugged in with their fans either, you know, straight up. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. It's trash, but it is what it is, man. Welcome to Hollywood 2025, all right? Y'all go ahead, jump down in the comments, give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.